Hi.
Bye. Talk to you later.
No, I said hi. How are you?
Oh, my bad, I missed that. Hi, I'm doing well, thanks. How about you?
I'm doing well, thanks. So do you have any question to me?
Glad to hear that. Let's see. How was your visit to Odaiba? Did you enjoy seeing the harbor and the gantry cranes?
Wow. Did you remember my conversation? どういうか。
Of course. I remember you were planning to visit Odaiba with the man you met on a dating app. So how did it go? Did you enjoy the harbor views?
Yes. And yeah.
Nice. Did anything stand out to you? Like the gantry cranes, the container yards, or maybe the atmosphere of the place?
Yes. It was 久しぶりにガントリークレーンを見に行ったって英語になんていうの？
You can say, I went to see the gantry cranes for the first time in a while. It had been a while since I last saw the gantry cranes. I hadn't seen the gantry cranes in a long time, so I went to see them again. These all express the idea that you saw them after a long time.
Could you repeat the phrase again?
Sure, I went to see the gantry cranes for the first time in a while. It had been a while since I last saw the gantry cranes. I hadn't seen the gantry cranes in a long time, so I went to see them again. Let me know if you want me to say it in a different way.
I went to see the gantry crane for the first time while. GPT, do you hear my did you hear what I said? Oh. The gantry crane for the first time in a while. In a while らしいです。Do you hear my voice?
Yes, I can hear your voice and understand what you're saying. Let me know if you want me to repeat or clarify anything.
Yeah. I went to harbor and see gantry crane for the first time in a while.
Almost perfect. You can say, yeah, I went to the harbor and saw the gantry cranes for the first time in a while. A couple of small corrections. Harvard, you probably meant harbor. C, since you're talking about the past, use saw. Gantry clan. It should be gantry cranes. You're doing great. Keep going.
I went to harbor and saw gantry crane for the first time in a while.
You're very close. The correct sentence is, I went to the harbor and saw the gantry cranes for the first time in a while. A couple of small fixes. Harvard, you meant harbor. Gang. Gondwick Lane. It should be gantry cranes.
Gantry crane.
Saw is correct.
Gantry.
Great job. Keep practicing. You're improving.
I went to the harbor and saw gantry crane for the first time in a while. Gantry crane.
You're really close. The correct phrase is, I went to the harbor and saw a gantry crane for the first time in a while. A couple of small corrections. Gondola crane, it should be gantry crane.
Gantry.
A gantry crane works if you saw just one, but if you saw multiple, you can say gantry cranes. You're doing great. Keep going.
I went to the harbor and saw gantry crane for the first time in a while.
Almost.
何が違うん
The
だ
correct phrase is, I went to the harbor and saw a gantry crane for the first time in a while. Gondola crane. It should be gantry crane. If you saw more than one, you can say gantry cranes.
Gantry crane.
You're getting really close. Keep practicing.
Gantry crane. Is that right pronunciation? Is this?
I think you meant gantry crane, but it sounded like GPT-3 crane. The correct pronunciation is gantry crane.
Gantry.
Try saying it like this. Gan, like in
Gan.
gangster, plus tree, like a tree.
Tree.
Gantry crane. You're doing great. Keep practicing.
Gantry crane.
Almost. The correct pronunciation is gantry crane.
Gantry
Try breaking it down. Gan rhymes with can, tree,
Gan,
like the plant,
tree,
crane, like the
crane,
bird or machine.
crane.
Say it together. Gantry crane. You're getting closer. Keep trying.
Gantry crane.
You're close. The correct pronunciation is gantry crane. Try it like this. Gan rhymes with can. Tree, like a tree. Crane, like the bird or the machine. Say it all together. Gantry crane. You're doing great. Keep practicing.
And he asked me if we start dating or not.
You're very close. The correct way to say it is, and he asked me if we should start dating or not. Or, and he asked me whether we should start dating or not. Adding should makes it sound more natural. You're doing great. Keep going.
And he asked me if we should start dating or not.
Perfect. That sentence is grammatically correct and sounds natural. Well done.
But I have some concerns point about him, so I said to him that I want time to make a decision about it.
You're very close. Here's the corrected version. But I have some concerns about him, so I told him that I need time to make a decision about it. Corrections. Concerns point. Concerns. No need for point. Said to him. Told him. More natural in this case. Want a time. Need time. We don't use a with time in this context. You're doing great. Keep practicing.
I told him that I want time to think to make a decision about it.
Perfect. That sentence is grammatically correct and sounds natural. Well done.
He looks disappointed.
That's correct. You can also say, he looked disappointed. If you're talking about the past, he seems disappointed. If he still looks disappointed now, your sentence works well if you're describing how he appeared at that moment.
He looked disappointed.
That sentence is grammatically correct and sounds natural. Well done.
He is an investor and he earned many money, but it was my first time to meet an investor, so I am worried about it. If the stock investment of discreet.
You're very close. Here's the corrected version. He is an investor and he earns a lot of money, but it was my first time meeting an investor, so I'm worried about stock investment. Corrections. Many money, a lot of money. We say a lot of money, not many money. It was my first time to meet. It was my first time meeting. More natural. If the stock investment. Your sentence was incomplete, so I adjusted it. If you meant something specific, you can say, I'm worried about the risks of stock investment. I'm worried about how stock investment affects him. Let me know if you want a more specific correction.
Thank you. What do you think about stock investment? He invests the stock of Tesla, and he invests 94% of his 資産って英語でなんて言うんだっけ?
You're welcome. Here's the corrected version of your sentence. He invests in Tesla stock, and he invests 94% of his assets. Corrections. He invests because he needs the S form. The stock of Tesla stock, more natural. He invests 94% of his 资产. He invests 94% of his assets. 资金, assets in English. As for my thoughts on stock investment, it can be a great way to build wealth, but investing 94% of his assets in stocks, especially in one company like Tesla, is very risky. Stocks can be volatile, and putting almost everything into one company means he could lose a lot if the stock drops. Does his lifestyle depend on his investments, or does he have other sources of income?
Yeah, he has other resource of income because he is a salaryman, so he receive earning from his company, but most of
You're close. Here's the corrected version. Yeah, he has other sources of income because he is a salesman, so he receives a bonus from his company. But corrections. Other resource of income. Other sources of income. Sources is the correct word here. Salesman. Spelling correction. Received an onion. Receives a bonus. I think you meant bonus instead of onion. That was a funny mistake. What were you going to say after but?
but it's so risky, I think. So it's my concerns about him.
You're very close. Here's the corrected version. But I think it's too risky, so that's my concern about him. Or a more natural way to say it, but I think it's too risky, and that's what concerns me about him. Great job! You're expressing your thoughts clearly. Do you feel like his investment strategy affects how you see the future with him?
I cannot understand your question. Could you repeat the question again?
Of course. Here's the question again, in a simpler way. Does the way he invests his money make you worried about having a future with him? Let me know if you want me to explain it differently.
Yes. So I wanna take my time and I wanna think about the question.
That makes sense. Here's a more natural way to say it. Yes. So I want to take my time and think about it. You're being thoughtful, which is great. Take your time to make the best decision for yourself.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Take your time. And if you ever want to talk about it, I'm here. Keep practicing your English. You're doing great.
Do you have other question about me?
Yes. Since you're taking time to think about your decision, I'm curious. What qualities do you look for in a partner? What's most important to you in a relationship?
Yeah, it's really a good question, I think. First,
I'm glad you think so. So, qualities are most important to you in a partner.
First, responsible people. Second, kind people. Third, the man who likes conversation. Fourth, are
You're doing great. Here's a more natural way to say it. First, someone who is responsible. Second, someone who is kind. Third, a man who enjoys conversation. Fourth, I like your list so far. What's the fourth quality you're looking for?
Who is high salary man?
I'm not sure who Haisela Limang is. Could you clarify where you heard the name? Maybe I can help figure it out.
Someone who receive high salary.
Got it. Here's the full corrected sentence. First, someone who is responsible. Second, someone who is kind. Third, a man who enjoys conversation. Fourth, someone who earns a high salary. That's a clear and well-structured list. It sounds like you value both personality and financial stability. Do you think financial stability is just as important as kindness and responsibility in a relationship?
Yes, of course.
That makes sense. Financial stability can be important for a secure future. It's great that you're thinking about both personality and practical factors in a partner. Do you think the man you met meets these qualities? Or are there things that don't quite match what you're looking for?
I think he don't quite match.
You're very close. The correct way to say it is, I think he doesn't quite match. Or I don't think he quite matches. It sounds like you're realizing some differences between what you want and what he offers. Do you feel like these differences are deal breakers, or are you still open to seeing how things go?
I think he doesn't quite match.
Perfect. That sentence is grammatically correct and sounds natural. Well done. Since you feel he doesn't quite match, do you think you'll keep seeing him, or are you leaning toward moving on?
Could you repeat the question again?
Of course. Here's the question again. Since you feel he doesn't quite match, do you think you'll keep seeing him, or are you leaning toward moving on? Let me know if you need me to simplify it.
Yeah, that's a difficult question.
I understand. Take your time to think about it.
I don't have the answer about it. So, yeah, let's move on the other topic. Do you have any question? あ、止まっちゃった。Hi, GPT.
問題が発生しています。お話の内容を理解できませんでした。
OK、今日は